So I want to invite you on a journey back in 2018, and we are in the middle of the largest transformation in Europe, or at least one of the largest transformation in Europe. It's BMW autonomous driving. So it's the less huge adoption, and we are middle in this transformation. So you can imagine feature teams, empower teams. We have around 90 teams working together on the same product. We have every second week sprint bazaars where you, also as a leader, can really experience the last feature that has been developed, really by sitting in the car and driving through. 6 years later, everything is as it was before. Silos, task forces, dependencies. Anyone here in the room experience something like that or something similar? So I'm not alone. So basically, it took me a while to understand why this happened, and this is also why I'm here today to share with you this experience. And I had to do a similar experience at a much smaller scale. And that time I was now a coach working in a very small organization in Germany. And actually, we have done everything right. So we moved this organization, or we transformed the organization from component teams to product teams. We had, this is also the picture that you can see. This is from a self-selection team workshop where these new product teams have been set up. We adjusted the roles, the processes, structures, incentives. New teams channels are set up. So actually everything was right. And then something strange happened. So pressure kicked in. And at the end, I want also to give you a tool that you can really apply on Monday. And let's see how I solve this. So basically, we used two lands, or to be more precise, two maps when we create this new setup, this transformation. So on the one hand, you can see we made use of the so-called org topologies. Is anyone familiar with the org topologies here? Okay, just to... So this is the so-called structural map. And as you can see, this org topology basically has three main topologies. So the one, the doing, is the siloed, control-driven. Then when we move to the delivery organization, so this is cross-functional and flow-driven. And then we have in the upper right corner, the driving organization, which is an adaptive and a learning organization. So we were moving from the doing towards the delivery organization. That was the shift that we were doing. I was also working very close together with the CTO and having the possibility to really work with the whole system. So I had a completely different perspective than I had in this huge transformation at BMW. On the other hand, we used the leadership circle profile, and I'm also here curious who is aware or familiar with the model. Okay, a couple of you, great. And you see here the so-called human map, has on the bottom part the so-called reactive tendencies. So here is, let's say, where leaders operate from fear, control, or self-protection. And this is basically also what happens when pressure kicks in, right? And on the upper level, on the upper side of the leadership circle profile, we have the creative competencies. When you can see, here we lead from purpose, from vision, from authenticity. And here is the thing which we missed, or I missed. These two maps, they are connected. So there is a big insight, which here I missed. And in order really to be able to make this step, and have an organization which is delivery-oriented or really adaptive organization, you have really to move, on the leadership circle profile towards the creative competencies. So this step, we missed it. And that's why, when really pressure kicked in, what happened, the leaders went back to their reactive tendencies and they started to control. So the stand-ups became basically status report towards the PO. The PO was really assigning tasks. Everybody was waiting to be told what to do next. So let me give you now one tool for Monday. So when you go back, on Monday to your teams, you can ask them one simple question. What was the last significant decision, you made without asking anyone outside the team? And if there is no answer towards that, then that means that their mandate is purely decorative. So let's now conclude this. Where do we go as leaders when the structure is not holding anymore? When the scaffolding collapses, and the anxiety does not knock on the door, it simply moves in. And what feels safe at the beginning is not defined by the org chart, right? Or it's defined by our way of leading. So that's why the question is, who are we as leaders in those moments when there is pressure, when there is anxiety, and when there is no clear answer? So that's why when you go back to your teams, ask one question in your next leadership meeting. Where are we leading from fear right now? Because the two maps which I showed you, the organization topology and the leadership circle profile, they are basically maps that help us, let's say, to shade a little bit of light. But still, we have to walk this road or this journey in the dark, and they give us just an orientation. So that's why, when you go back on Monday and on the next leadership meeting, ask, where are you leading from fear? Thank you. So if you want to stay in touch, you can scan the QR code and can learn more about it.
Thank you, Dorian. Thank you very much.